Dale, good morning.
Morning.
The Chancellor slashed the Energy Secretary's annual investment pot from £28 billion to £4.7 billion. Are you convinced of the government's commitment to net zero?
Yeah, I am. And that happened a while ago, right? Yeah, I thought it did. Yeah, look, I understood why it was done at the time, and there was uncertainty about how much money there was in the bank, basically, and there's more certainty now, and there's a big black hole. I don't think there's a lack of commitment, but also I don't think that we need a lot of money to spend to get to 100% green on the grid, because renewable energy onshore doesn't need price support. So onshore wind, onshore solar actually needs no money at all.
Well, you mentioned that £22 billion hole in the public finances. More broadly, is the Chancellor squandering the government's potential to change Britain for good by being too wedded to her fiscal rules? What would you want to hear from her speech today?
Well, you know, I'd like to hear a little bit of boldness. I think we will hear some. I'm not overly familiar with the extent to which the fiscal rules are constraining plans for growth and stuff like that. But I would say that rules can always be changed. And if the fiscal rules are a problem, then I'd like to see them changed, particularly in the context of borrowing to invest, because all businesses know if you can borrow to invest, that's how you grow.
OK, well, you're not the only one. Leading economists have asked us to do that as well. And you're really a wealth creator. We've heard from lots of wealth creators who say they're planning to leave Britain because of her potential tax hikes in the budget. Are you planning your exodus?
I can't believe people say that, right? This is a great country to live in, and if somebody would rather leave here than pay their fair share, I say they should go.
And you're also a Labour donor. We've had lots of questions being asked about the access and influence of Wahid Ali in exchange for his donations to the party. Does it all smell right to you?
That's not a very nice turn of phrase, but I don't think there are any problems. I mean, I've known Labour for quite a while, been giving money to them for quite a while. There's never anything asked for or offered. It's a very straightforward business. I give them money to help them win the election, and that's the end of it.
Well, now they're in government, how do you want your money spent?
Well, I think it's been spent to win the election.
And you've also been vocally pro-Palestine. The Foreign Secretary's already instituted this partial arms embargo on Israel. Has he gone far enough for you?
Well, I'm not in the detail of which weapons, are offensive and which are defensive. But I think that we should be bolder with Israel generally, because of what's happening. Over 40,000 deaths, mostly civilians, and 100,000 injuries, and millions of Palestinians suffering, virtual starvation and almost plague, and that kind of stuff. I think, these are breaches of international law, as well as just, good, simple behavior. And we haven't tolerated a fraction of this in Ukraine, with Russia invading Ukraine. But we've tolerated this situation in Palestine for decades, and there's no solution other than a two-state solution, and we should get to grips with that as an international community and make Israel hear us.
I mean, as a donor, is there a red line for you in terms of when you would stop donating to Labour because of their foreign policy on the Middle East?
No, I don't think like that. I've not got red lines and stuff like that. I just urge publicly for what it is that I think should happen.